Okay. The chair is non-existent. So we do. She had a choice to make. Blah 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 blah. It was very hard, inside and out. And then she lay underneath her bed sheets, the body cover from the outer blah 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 blah. She wanted to be free of the monster under her bed. In her head, she wanted to be able to breathe. She felt the shadows coming for her. It took over everything, and darkness was left. She hated this feeling. This feeling that would never go away. This feeling that forced her to... Wait, what did I do? That forced her to remain awake at night. This feeling that forced her to remain awake at night. Could you hear that from behind the block?
Yeah.
So we go. She hated this feeling, but this feeling that would never go away, but this feeling that forced her to remain awake at night. A feeling that turned bright colours grey. A feeling that turned bright colours grey. A sad feeling. A lonely feeling. Sad feeling, but a lonely feeling. A voice creeped up and out from under her bed and whispered. You deserve no joy, no happiness, and no light. In defiance of the voice, she acted like a coming from the outside, but the voice was coming from the inside. She could not escape it. You cannot escape. You cannot escape me. You cannot escape it. You do not deserve the gift of life. You deserve to die. So I think it was not deserve. No joy, no happiness, and no life. So how would we get up there? back. Throughout this whole bit. And we do this whole thing. We do that. Come over to this. Then we cover our body from the outside, but the voice was coming from the inside. But the voice was coming from the inside. She could not escape it.
What movie did he watch last night? I saw him yesterday. I didn't say anything about the movie. No, sometimes I do feel good about myself knowing that Liz is done with people. Is there? No. She had a choice to make. Right. Bro, I don't think she should. Like, I feel nervous about drama theory stuff, right? And then I realise Nate and Dylan aren't going to do it, you know?
She had a choice to make. Well, that would make a big difference.
Like, can you bounce into me?
A choice. That from the outside looks so easy. But on the inside it's so hard.
What do you want to do?
She lay underneath her bed sheets, her body covered from the outside. She stared blankly at her ceiling watching her face.
Are you even real sad?
She felt empty.
Is Jesus there?
She felt like her fate was spinning, only to be stopped.
I'm falling Santa.
No freedom from her mind.
Nah, it's a bit.
But she didn't feel this pain. Her body squished itself, tighter and tighter together, all of her muscles trying to protect her. She
wanted to be free of the monster under her bed.
In her head, she wanted to feel safe.
felt the shadows coming for her. They took over everything. Only darkness was left.
What did you ask?
She hated this feeling.
Never go away. This feeling
live in a world where good things happen to me. Like Jenna.
would never go away. This feeling
That forced her to remain awake at night. Sad, feel. Alone.
It was good, absolutely good. I may as well just say.
A voice up and out from under her bed and whispered.
What is it that makes me go? I was just thinking they can get away with what they want. Set as a reinforcement, that's what I say. I don't care. Who cares? There's one is. Work on the karaoke bar.
In defiance of the voice, she pulled her blanket over her head to cover her body from the outside, but the voice was coming from the inside. She could not escape.
What's the great art? She was
triggered something in her.
finds love, but there's still
It strung a single chord.
there.
It strung a black chord of pain and suffering down the path of
Oh,
her
you can't
face.
What? What is cool? That's like
The black chord running through the throat, pain was running down the path of her face, the impact of her. She said, I deserve to die. Over and over she said,
Oh, you never wrote on the camera. Yeah, I did. And I was like, no,
I don't want to tell the story anymore. I know how my story ends. I don't want to tell the story anymore. I know how my story ends. I don't want to tell the story anymore. How do I get it? I don't want to tell the story. She opened her eyes. She did not want to know. Want to feel. The monster. The truth.
She finally
She finally sheathed her sword against the opponent that had worn her down to her very core. There was nothing left. No more growth to be had. No more layers to peel. She was dead skin. Useless. Discarded.
I love the way she lifts her lips every time she goes to sleep. I love the way she lifts her
Her innocence is gone. No memory. Oh no.
That's crazy weather out there. Tell me about it. I need to keep it up. It's raining cats and dogs outside. Really? I thought it was going to rain fish sticks.
Went up to her very core.
Wait,
There was nothing.
did you see that? What? I think a
There was
fish
nothing
just
left. No more layers to peel. No more growth to be had.
Yeah, when pigs
She was
fly.
nothing.
Pigs fly. This is
Dead
your
skin.
favorite pig. No, I don't know what's going on anymore. Pigs are flying. Fish, what's that? Supposed to get that over? Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? It's just a weird acid trip. We don't have any acid. Man, we need to come together and brainstorm what we're going to do about these. Oh, now look what you did. Yes, it's storming rain. Oh, man, we talked about this. She let me into her world, which totally dies.
She
What?
was
I thought it was come out of nowhere.
She left her only
And
passion.
she's so long ago, so many experiences ago, so long ago. So many experiences. You really gotta stop horsing around. We had this lovely red table called the White Party. And you remember the day when I sat there and I was like, I remember this. And I was like,
Into her life.
and I was like, no, I remember I did it, but
She made her choice.
it was 11:30. Oh, showers, that's all. Friends my boy. She thinks she's gonna get saved.
Please don't be too long. She had a choice to make. One that would make a big difference in her life. A choice that from the outside looked so easy, but on the inside was so hard. She lay underneath her bed sheets, her body covered from the outside. She stared blankly at her ceiling, watching her fan spin round in circles. She felt empty. She felt like her fan, constantly spinning, only to be stopped, without a choice. No freedom from her mind. She needed to get out of bed. She rolled to her side like a baby and closed her eyes. She wanted to go back to a version of herself that was innocent, so that she didn't feel this pain. Her body squished itself tighter and tighter together, all of her muscles trying to protect her. She wanted to be free of the monster under her bed, in her head. She wanted to be able to breathe. She felt the shadows coming for her. They took over everything, and only darkness was left. She hated this feeling. This feeling that would never go away. This feeling that forced her to remain awake at night. A feeling that turned bright colours grey. A sad feeling. A lonely feeling. A voice creeped up and out from under her bed and whispered, "You are nothing. You deserve no joy, no happiness, and no light." In defiance of the voice, she grabbed her blanket and pulled it over her body to cover it from the outside. But the voice was coming from the inside. She could not escape it. "You cannot escape me. You do not deserve the gift of life. You deserve to die." That sentence had triggered something in her. It rung a black cord that strung a single trail of pain and suffering down the path of her face, dampening her pillow. She said, "I deserve to die." Over and over she said, "I deserve to die." I don't want to tell this story anymore. I don't want to tell this story anymore. I don't want to tell this story anymore. I know how my story ends. I don't want to tell this story anymore. Choked and muffled screams, calling for help, were trying to reach the surface, but couldn't. It was a horrible sound. The monster retreated. It won. She opened her eyes. She could not move. Could not feel. She did not want to move, want to feel. There was nothing. No one, nowhere, just endlessness. She had given up, completely and utterly surrendered to the wicked forces that drowned her underneath the waves of 1,000 damn voices. They coaxed her to follow the dark and disregard the light. They told her that there was no hope and that it was the only way. She'd fought and survived for years and lost again. So, she finally sheathed her sword against her opponent that had worn her down to her very core. There was nothing left. No more growth to be had. No more layers to peel. She was dead skin. Useless. Discarded. Her innocence was gone. No memory of me left. She let her opponent place their sword against her throat, drawing a little bit of blood. She would not get out of bed. She whispered into the dark, "I deserve to die." She made her choice. Nice.